All right. Well, I guess for you guys that were waiting with the other chat, I apologize. For some reason, I'm setting these things up previously and they're not showing up when I'm supposed to be live. And I don't know why that is. It shows up and it doesn't let me, hey, how's it going, Michelle? It doesn't let me hop on live. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like I set it up in advance and then I click on the live and it just sits there and it's like buffering. And then it's like, you can't go live. And it's like, what? And it really stinks. One of the reasons it stinks is you guys are hitting it right now, but that like button, I'd already had like 6 or 7 likes on the thing before I'd even started. And some people are sitting there waiting for me and it won't go live. Yeah, it happened last week too. So it's like, I don't think I'm going to set it up next week. I think when I just go, I'm just going to go live at 8 instead of setting it up in advance. I like the idea of setting up advanced, but for some reason with my computer, it's just not working. I don't know what the big deal is there. But anyways, hey, hi Spivey from Wales, man. That's amazing. Thank you for joining me from all on the other side of the world. I appreciate all you guys joining me. Thank you so much. Lots of interesting stuff going on right now and coming on the channel. So while you guys are trickling in, I'll talk a little bit about that. You guys can always, hey, Rose, it's good to see you. Always start leaving me questions over here, and I'm going to get to them. And then I've got a few pre-questions, but we only had a few questions before I started. But I wanted to talk about a couple of different things that with intermittent fasting and whatnot that are coming down the pipe, one for my channel and one for today. And hey, how's it going, Miss Smith? I'm happy to be here. I appreciate you guys. So real quick, I just wanted to, hey, Sandra, thank you guys for joining me. You guys are awesome. So real quick, I happened to come home today and my wife was watching Ellen on TV and they had Dr. Oz on TV. I don't know if any of you guys caught this today, but she was watching it and she's yelling for me from the other room. And I come in there and she's got it on pause and she says, watch this. So Ellen asks Dr. Oz, really simple question today on the show. She says to him, what can we do, basic thing we can do to make ourselves more healthy? So Dr. Oz says sleep. Sleep is just such an important thing, and we're not getting enough sleep in the world today and all that stuff. He said 2 things. He said we can sleep and we can do intermittent fasting. And I was like, what? Dr. Oz just said and I've seen on a show where he was anti-intermittent fasting, but he said, listen, everybody should be fasting a minimum of 12 hours. We eat too much. Said it on national TV today, which I was happy to hear. I was happy to hear Dr. Oz say on national TV, we eat too much, and that best thing to do is sleep more and intermittent fast to correct that. Now, he did call intermittent fasting 12 hours. I don't know that that's really intermittent fasting, but, it is what it is. Super great. Super great to hear that. Amen. It's good to be here with all my weight loss warriors. So, you're going to do your indoor walking during my live. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate you walking, number one. That's amazing. And joining me on the live, that's awesome too. I just got back from walking. Today I got 16,578 steps. So before I sat down right here to do this. So I just got back from one of my walks. So I appreciate you guys. All right, you lost 130 pounds so far doing OMAD and keto. That is amazing, by the way. And now you're feeling flexible, you're enjoying foods. Any tips on cutting calories so far? Well, what is your weight and how much? You said you've lost 130 pounds. What's your goal? What's your end weight? If you're at your maintenance weight right now, I don't think you need to cut any calories, and you're probably doing all right now. If you've plateaued, maybe you should cut back a little bit. So give me your weight now and what your goal is, and kind of how many calories you eat. Maybe we can move on from there. Hey, JC, it's good to see you. Jerry, it's nice to see you. Norma, good to see you. 08, man, you're the man. Hey, guys, you're getting your motivation and doing your training now. I'm telling you, though, hearing Dr. Oz actually say intermittent fasting on national TV today was really cool. And then there's a story about Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon doing OMAD too. Sandra, I have not seen that. I'm going to Google it when I get off of here, because if I can find that, I would love to read that video. I mean that article, because you know, it's amazing. So nice to hear him say it on TV today, though. I mean, I'll tell you, I said, man, even though he said you need to fast at least 12 hours, and I think you need to fast at least 16, at least he's talking about fasting. And he said everybody should not eat after 8 p.m. and before 8 in the morning. And that is a start. When you have somebody that's mainstream start to incorporate some kind of talk about intermittent fasting. Hey, Caroline, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're in a tough spot right now. I saw your video the other day. So I'm hoping everything's okay with your friend, and you're doing well. You're definitely in my thoughts right now, Caroline. So send some prayers and some love to Caroline, everybody. Hitting two birds with one stone. So you're at 270 now, and you're eating 2,900 to 3,000 calories. Yeah, I definitely think you could cut in your OMAD back. You know, what you may want to do, and I actually was incognitely writing down some thoughts, because maybe one day I'll get into writing a book. And when I was doing it, I in my journey, I was thinking back to my journey, and I was remembering when I had knee surgery and I was stuck upstairs. I had knee surgery and I couldn't go up and down the steps. Well, I could, but it was a struggle. So my wife was cooking for me and bringing me food, my one meal a day. When I was for my knee surgery, my wife was bringing me my food. And I think that was a big turning point in my OMAD, because I was probably eating upwards of 3,000 calories in my OMAD, and my wife wouldn't bring me 3,000 calories. She'd bring me a much smaller plate. And I didn't have the courage to say, I want more. Go get me more food, woman. So I just ate my one meal, which she brought. And by the time a week or two had passed and I could walk downstairs and sit down to eat with the family, my whole appetite changed. So maybe one thing you can do is have somebody else fix the plate for you so that you're not overeating. You definitely don't need to eat 3,000 calories in one sitting. You know, 2,000, 1,800, maybe even less. So I think, you know, having somebody else maybe prepare that, it'll be a little bit better, you know, for you. So maybe that'll be some advice on how to cut back. Also, make sure you're not doing any desserts or anything like that. So, you know, hey, DB, it's good to see you here on the live too. So we're starting to roll in. I appreciate that. Hey, John, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, no, she knew what she was doing. Oh, Mad Caroline, you're probably right. She knew exactly what she was doing. I don't know if she's paying attention right now to the chat, because my boys are getting ready for bed. So she's tucking them in and reading to them, and you know, giving them kisses and hugs and all that good stuff that little boys need. And so she's probably not listening right now, but she's probably, if she was listening, she'd be saying, yeah, you're right. I did know what I was doing. But regardless, it was a really good trick to kind of teach me that, okay, you're overdoing it versus you're not doing it enough. And now I kind of just feel it, you know, like I sat down tonight, I had a baked potato, I had a steak, and I don't think I ate much more than that. So, you know, I kind of, after a while, you kind of get in your balance and you figure it out. So, you know, that's good. I have been taking pictures though of what I've been eating, because I will in the next few weeks string together a video of meals that I've eaten and just talk you guys through it, because I know that's a request that I get a lot. One other thing, while you guys are thinking too about what you want to ask and different things like that, I came across another new study, and I don't want to get into details today because I haven't reviewed it like I want to review it. I want to spend a couple hours looking at it and come to my own conclusions and really read the data behind it. But I'm going to cover that study. You know, let me share this message from John. I'm going to cover this study, you know, and get an opportunity to talk about it on the channel soon. So that video should be coming maybe Friday. So I'm excited about that. A brand new intermittent fasting study, which is amazing. And Zeb, $3.99. That's awesome, man. Never have to see 400 again, man. I'm proud of you. Keep rolling. You are the man, no doubt about that. Yeah, hey, JC, thank you for telling people not to forget to hit that like button, because I need it. I need all the likes in the world. We only got 20 people on right now, and I want to see 50 people. So the more people hit like, the more they're going to put it out in front of people, and the more we can get rolling. So that's good. CW, you sent me a message on Instagram earlier. And yeah, John, I haven't been on Instagram. I don't know what time you sent it. I was on there midday today, about lunchtime, but I haven't been on Instagram since. But I will check it out. definitely if I don't get to it tonight, because we get off here late and I do got to work tomorrow, but I will be checking it at work, no problem. And tomorrow there won't be a video posted because, you know, people can make up and watch the live in case they missed it or if you had to leave at any point. But Friday, I got that video on study coming. And then Saturday and Monday, I'm going to have videos. So I got a lot of good stuff to do, a lot of good information to go through. It's going to be good stuff. So I hope you guys will appreciate that. So you live on your own to see what you're eating, about 2,200 calories and walking, about 10,000 steps a day. That walking is huge. How are you feeling now that you're walking? You know, you said you were at 270. How's 270? How do you feel? Do you feel like that 10,000 is rough, or do you feel like that 10,000 is not? And another thing to think of too is if you're walking, it could be anywhere at 270. You're probably burning more than 300 calories, but that doesn't mean you have to eat 300 calories more. If you have, this is something I want you guys to understand. So your body is going to need to burn a certain amount of energy just existing, right? And so the heavier you are, the harder your body has to work for you to exist. So the more calories your body can take in. So if you're morbidly obese, you're obviously going to eat a higher amount of calories than somebody that's lighter. And that's why when you lose weight, you start to hit plateaus and it makes it more difficult to lose weight. In the process of that, though, you can be, if you're eating somewhere between, probably if you're a male and you're like, let's say 5'8" or higher, if you're eating that 1,800, 1,800, maybe 2,000 calories, your metabolism is not going to slow down if you're fasting and having a large meal. So if you're doing OMAD, your metabolism is going to be protected. Matter of fact, the little bit I saw in the study I'm going to cover talks about how the people that did do the intermittent fasting had their metabolisms protected, which is a big and important thing. So, you know, don't feel like you're going to underdo it. And just because you're exercising more doesn't mean you need to eat more. Your body fat gives you nutrition, and your body fat gives you the things you need to lose weight. So just something for you to, you know, think about. All right, VR, do I encourage calorie counting? You know, that's a tough question. I don't count calories. Do I encourage counting calories? Maybe. If you can eyeball your calories and know about where you're at, I don't think it's important. If you feel like you binge and you get out of control, then I absolutely think it's good to get a you know, like MyFitnessPal and track everything and sit down and eat it and do that. You can even put it together with something like Weight Watchers where they give you points, something easy to track. If you think you struggle, that's a good way to go. But if you can kind of look at your food and make a judgment and say, okay, this is about what I'm eating, then there's really no need to worry about every single calorie and what goes on. I do think calories play into it. Or if you don't want to look at it as calories playing into it, the amount of food plays into it. You know, I also saw a guy that did a video recently on why OMAD, that he had said this study went out and OMAD showed no difference from regular eating. And so I watched the guy's video, and the study he was referring to fed people like, let's say 3,500 calories a day throughout the whole day. And they fed people 3,500 calories at OMAD, and the weight loss was no different. And it's like, well, duh. Of course the weight loss is no different, because here's the problem. The guy's eating too much. And the point of OMAD is not to cram. And a lot of people misunderstand this, to cram all of your calories into one meal. You should eat a decent amount of calories in one meal, but you shouldn't be eating 3,000, 3,500 calories unless you're trying to build some crazy amount of muscle. And then you better be eating the right calories. So it's all balance. It's all understanding, but you got to know that you can't overeat even on OMAD. And that was my comment to the guy was, well, the point is to eat a third of what you would eat. That's the point of OMAD. The point of OMAD is to not be hungry, because you've gotten your body used to going longer periods of time without eating. And our bodies get in a habit of doing something, and you get hungry. Everybody that does OMAD gets hungry, whether they want to talk about it or not, right before they eat. And everybody that eats 3 meals a day gets hungry right before they eat too, because they're used to eating multiple times. So you want to straighten out your hunger. You want to get rid of snacking, because these are huge, important things when it comes to living a healthy weight. And most of us have overeaten, and that's why we're in the position we're in. We overate, which gave us insulin resistance, which made us overeat more, which put us in this vicious cycle. So the whole point of the whole point of OMAD is to eat less, and that's something that I think a few people miss. So let me try to go back up and see what's going on. Do you have a hard time looking? Do you have a hard time looking away from mirrors because you are like, wow, I'm looking so fine? If you're talking to me, OMAD Caroline, no. I actually look at the mirror and I'm like, wow, you're looking fat today. Most of the time. Now, sometimes I have good days, and sometimes I see myself and I'm like, wow, you look great. Today when I wear this orange shirt, I feel like I look good, as weird as that sounds. And I wore it to work today because it was anti-bullying day, and orange is anti-bullying. And I got a bunch of compliments. So I was feeling good today. But there are days when I'm wearing some clothes and I'm like, yeah, you might be a little heavier than you think you are. What was really interesting is I haven't weighed myself since the school year started in September. Last time I'd weighed myself was at Water Country over the summer. And so I was a little bit nervous about that. Our scale at the school was broken, and I don't own a scale. I don't know if any of you know that, but I don't own a scale. I've always weighed myself at the school with my wrestling team. So I fixed my scale and I got the scale calibrated, and I weighed myself, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, I weighed myself Tuesday for the first time in probably 2 months. And I was 1 pound less than I was 2 months ago. So, you look in the mirror all the time, you're like, am I gaining weight? And you're struggling with it, but no, I'm not. I'm doing great. So that's good. I don't know if I'll ever look in the mirror and see what I really reflect what I am, but I do see pictures, and I recently saw a bunch of pictures of me, and I was blown away at how good I looked in those pictures. So, pictures are better than mirrors for me. Mirrors lie. They really do. They make me feel not so smooth. All right, your channel is a massive inspiration. Thank you so much, man. You should do some public speaking, my friend. Big shout out from London. Well, thank you, John. Hey, listen, I would love to get into public speaking. I would absolutely love to be able to do multiple things, but I think it's really difficult in the beginning because you're trying to get credibility. And unfortunately, somebody wrote this to me, like legitimately was like, I saw your number of subscribers and I thought your content was going to be bad. And then I watched your videos and I was like, this dude's content is amazing. It's as good as anybody's. Why doesn't he have more subscribers? And that's part of it. Like when people see now I'm doing better, I'm getting pushing 3,000. So for all you that have subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're in my chat and you haven't subscribed, come on, man, subscribe. But anyways, I think the bigger you get, the more subscribers you get, because people just say, oh, well, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's legit. He has a bunch of subscribers. He has a bunch of followers. I'm not going to pay for him and I'm not going to run ads for him. But I think in the next few years, those numbers will grow exponentially. I did go on Social Blade and look myself up and see how my number growth looks. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but you can kind of estimate where your numbers are going to go. And my numbers are cruising at a rate where I'm going to have a big channel in a year or two. And once I have a big channel, public speaking becomes better and more easy, and a lot of other opportunities open. And those opportunities will be able to, help me down the line. So, John, I would like to get into public speaking. I think that it would be an amazing thing to be able to talk to people about my journey. And I've got a really interesting journey. That's why I was writing it down, tampering with the idea of writing a book. I don't know if you guys would be interested in reading a book about C-Dub and like a life story and motivation kind of book. You know what I mean? Kind of give you how I lost weight, but how I got obese, and then what mindset you need to have and how to fix yourself and some positive stuff. But if you would like to read a book, let me know and it'll maybe motivate me to write it. So I was writing down some ideas with that. And these are just things that I'm tampering with in the future. But I do plan on continuing to do this and continuing to grow and do all those kind of things. And eventually sponsors will come too and good stuff, hopefully. That's at least the dream. Have you ever read any information about doing OMAD when you were pregnant? I have. And the general consensus is to not do intermittent fasting or OMAD when you're pregnant. Maybe a 16 and 8. Definitely a 12 and 12 is fine. The problem is in the world, just so you guys kind of comprehend this, you're either going to be catabolic or anabolic. You're either going to be growing or you're going to be shrinking. And those are the only two things you're going to do. And you can't really shrink and grow a baby. So it's a very tricky time in your life where you probably shouldn't worry about your weight and your everything else. Now, that does not mean, I want to stress this too. I've been around people that are we hit 30. We only need 20 more to make me excited. But anyways, guys, you know, when you're in that situation, you hear a lot, well, I'm eating for 2 and I'm eating this and I'm eating that. And they're like, it's okay if I gain 100 pounds when I'm pregnant. I'm not saying you need to go do all that. You don't need to just overdo it and use it as an excuse to fall off of everything and do whatever you want and gain a huge amount of weight. But you definitely shouldn't be trying to lose weight while you're pregnant. You know, and there are some people, I know there's been some celebrities that gain like 13 pounds in a pregnancy, and that's crazy. But I wouldn't do that without medical professionals around me at all times and doing all that, because I'm growing another human being. Once that human being is grown, man, right back to OMAD, you know. I don't think it affects breastfeeding or any of that stuff. So I hope that helps. I hope that answered your question there. You appreciate the information. You've been doing high protein, lower fat. You know, protein is amazing. Protein's what needs you, what all of us need to function. So, yeah. listen, OMAD Carolyn, 2 months without weighing in, and I lost a pound. That's amazing. You know, to be able to live my life without worrying about the scale is amazing. And I appreciate you noticing that. And I look forward to the day that you're with me there too, sister. You know, I already love you. And I know you're on the right track. You're going to get there. You're going to make your 140 or whatever it is you wanted to make, 145, 150. I can't really remember, but you're going to get there. And then we'll be able to put the scale behind us to do either weekly or monthly weigh-ins, and you'll feel so much better. So you're getting to know you guys. You love it. Caroline, Dominique. All the ladies are wonderful. They're amazing. And I appreciate all my weight loss warriors. You know, 100 pounds. Yeah, she's great too, Caroline. No doubt about it. All of them are going through it at the same time, which is great. Hey, Chubby Cop, man, thank you for saying my channel is your favorite. I appreciate you, man. I really do. You know, I hope it continues to grow, and I hope I continue to live up to, you know, your favorite. I'd like to continue to make good content, and I've got a lot of great ideas moving forward. It's gonna be all right. Write the book, man. That's what I want to hear. So what's going on, Vape, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, the book, man, I'm telling you, I started thinking about it the other day, and I said, you know, I don't have to go to a publisher. I can just make a ebook, and you know, you guys can download it right from the description. Just something that I'm thinking about doing. You know, you guys let me know what you want from me too. Another thing I was thinking about doing is getting recipes up. You know, maybe giving out like 10 to 30 recipes or so. And I got a few keto ones, and I got a few gluten-free ones, and I got a few just regular standard recipes. So if recipes are something you're interested in, what do I eat for a meal kind of deal, I got some stuff. And I was thinking about getting that, but I don't, you know, being small, I don't want to work incredibly hard if 4 people are going to download. You know, if 4 people are going to read my book, you know, I'd rather wait until there's a point in which a lot of people are going to read it. Or if I'm going to make these, you know, if I'm going to spend hours working on recipes, I'd like to know that my weight loss warriors are using them and trying them out and are actually going to take the time. Because if 3 people download it, then I'm going to be like, man, I wasted so much time, you know, my life, where I could have been on Reddit promoting the channel, or I could have been, you know, in a Facebook group helping somebody there, you know, that kind of thing. Hey, Zeb, man, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you. The super chat from Zeb, man. Everybody shout out for Zeb for hooking a brother up. All right, you took my advice and looked into BJJ. You think you'll wait until you drop another 50 pounds. Right now you're 399 and your legs are kind of weak, so you wanted to strengthen them up. Hey, listen, first of all, I'm glad you took my advice and looked into BJJ. I want you and I need you to take BJJ. Do it. I think you're 100% right, though, on the 50 more pounds. I'm going to tell you something. High school wrestling, which is similar to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but different, and I can explain the differences if you want. But high school wrestling has a cutoff of 285. And the reason why that is there used to be unlimited, and so many guys got their knees hurt that they reduced the rate. And it seems like to wrestle around with people that, you know, if you're too big, your knees go quick. So I think reducing it another 50 pounds is probably good. And I know you're thinking, well, you just said 285 and I'm, I'll only be 350 at that time. But BJJ is a lighter form of grappling than high school wrestling. So I don't think it's as much pressure on your knees. Nobody's going to be drilling you in practice, trying to beat you up like they will in high school. So I think that I think 50 more pounds is a really good idea. But when you lose that 50, I need you to take classes. I need a couple of pictures, man. I need you to do some videos on it so I can watch them on your channel. And I want to know when you're promoted. I want to know all that stuff. And if you come to Williamsburg, I need you to come to Williamsburg and call me up so I can get you to the BJJ practices here. You know what I'm saying? So you can practice with my people. You got some recipes. Sweet, John, man. That's good stuff, man. Share them with me. I'm thinking about giving them up, to people. So when you're ready and you feel like it, okay. How are you doing with your goal of the heaviest weight? Okay, what does it say? How do I know when I'm at my goal weight, a healthy weight? All right, Lauren, that's a really good question. You've spent a lot of your life at an unhealthy weight and you've never really maintained a good weight. This is a really good question because I think what Lauren is asking me here is something that we fall into this like Instagram movie star mentality. So the first question I would ask Lauren is, what is your height and what is your weight? If you could give me that while I read the next couple of posts, I'll have a better idea of about what your healthy weight probably could be. But I think that we get in this mindset that we have to look like these, fake people on Instagram or in movies, and it's not necessarily realistic. I mean, I know a lot of you guys would say, oh, C-Dub, you look amazing. But if you put me next to Brad Pitt, I don't look amazing, So you've got to have some perspective. And that doesn't mean that I can't look like Brad Pitt or put the work in. But this is something I actually want to do a video on. And you guys can tell me if it's something you want to see. But this is a problem that we have. We have this idea. So, okay, you sit here. I'm sitting here now. We rewind time. I'm morbidly obese, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm ready to go on my journey, my weight loss journey. And I think I'm going to come out on the other end of this weight loss journey looking like, I don't know, John Cena or The Rock. That's what I think. You're like, oh, well, I'm going to be in a year, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get buff. I'm going to put time in the gym and I'm going to look like The Rock. Or if you're a female, you're like, oh, I'm coming out of this thing and I'm going to look like such and such, TV star or whatever, size 0, perfect everything, fake body parts and the whole nine. That's how I'm coming out this side of things. But a lot of times we don't see that The Rock literally has been working out and eating right and exercising for 20 plus years when we haven't. And so to be The Rock is it can happen, but it's going to take a decade of work before you can be The Rock or before you can be, whatever celebrity, it's not as simple as they make it out to be. And when they tell you it is, they're selling you a product. That's just the way it is. But there is a difference between being a healthy weight and having that, Instagram model weight. And that's where things can get very confusing for a lot of people because they don't feel like they look like that Instagram, person. So you think C-Dub should give John the recipes to cook? Hey, man. Hey, if he's doing his thing, he's doing his thing, man. Yeah, I would love to get John's. You're actually smoking some ribs now, man. Well, John, yeah, send me an Instagram message, John. Let me know what some recipes are. I'll type them up and add them to my collection, and maybe I'll start working on the recipe book. We'll see. The queen of the dry fast. Yep. Hit that like button. Yeah, peeps, 25. Let's get those numbers up. We got 35 of you. So you want to lose 100, barely normal BMI, and then let your body move where it's happy. Maybe move to the warrior diet with your husband. I think all that's a good idea, Caroline. And another thing that I want to mention to you guys, because somebody said this to me the other day, and I think it's a really good point too, as we start to approach 40 peeps. Look at that. That's nice stuff. But somebody said this to me the other day, like, can you go like OMAD a couple of days a week, and can you go 16 and 8, maybe 2 days a week, and then maybe warrior, 3 days a week. So, or I guess 2, 2, and 3, and have a ratio and be okay. And you absolutely can be, you absolutely can be. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mr. Lopez. You are the man. Thank you so much. I can't say enough about you guys, man. The super chats are amazing. Thank you. You can switch between them if you need to. Just make sure that you're conscious at that point that you're not overdoing it. So you're 5'10", 170. You've lost over 100 pounds and you're 50 years old. You've gone up and down your whole life. Okay. First of all, Laura, I want to tell you that 5'10" is gigantic for a female. You are very, very, very tall. Very tall. I can look up in a second, but I'm guessing at 5'10", 160 pounds is super fit. So let me check that out. TDEE, yeah. And I'm going to check that out for you here. So let's say you're 50, you're female, your weight is 170, and your height is 5'10". Calculate. All right. It has you at, I don't even know, for your calories, it's 1,700 if you needed to know that information. And that keeps you at maintenance. So it says your ideal weight is 151, would be you being what is considered at a BMI, at that range, your BMI would be normal. So you're in the overweight BMI range, but not by as much as you probably thought. I think another thing BMI does not account for is muscle mass. And like, I don't know if you go to the gym and lift, but if you lift, your BMI, your natural weight is probably going to be a little higher than what the average person is. And just to let you know, at 5'9", so you're an inch taller than me. And I'm a pretty strong guy. I don't know if you can tell that in pictures, I'm diesel, but my weight is in the 80s. And so my weight is technically overweight according to my BMI, and I'm fine. So I would say that you're probably in a healthy range, Laura. If you're feeling good about it, maybe another 5 or 10 pounds would make you, right where you need to be. But I think over 100 pounds is amazing at 50 years old. I mean, I got nothing but props for you. How do you feel like you're feeling when you are you feeling good? Do you feel like you have energy? Are you exercising more? I think all those things can kind of come into play a little bit there. Keto OMAD for almost 2 years. That's awesome. It is awesome that you've been able to do that. And 100 pounds is nothing to sneeze at, especially at 50. And just to let you guys know too, losing weight at 50 years old, much harder for females than it is for males. So you did an outstanding job. I mean, nothing but love for Laura and the effort she put in. Again, thank you so much for the super chat. That is just, you guys are awesome. You want to be the man. You want to be a man in the Hawaiian calendar. Hey, man, I've never seen the Hawaiian calendar, but you go for it. Do what you got to do. Just remember, it takes time. You can look like anything, man. You can put the work in to look like The Rock. You're just not going to look like The Rock in a week. It's just not going to happen. Thank you for the video on electrolytes. It really did feel a lot better yesterday, man. That's awesome. I'm so glad. It's funny. I get you guys' thoughts, since these are the people that come to my live are my loyal weight loss warriors. I appreciate you guys so much. So get your thoughts on this. But it's funny, like when I post a video and I put the title OMAD in it, my video does extremely well, right? It always seems to do. Whenever I put OMAD, anything, it does relatively well. But when I do anything science-based, like electrolytes or like ghrelin or leptin, I don't get the views. It's the weirdest thing ever. When I put a lot of research and time into those videos, I don't just, pull it out of the air. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about those. But then when I do study videos, they blow up. So I am doing a study video this week, so that'll be good. But it was a little discouraging on the electrolyte video that people just didn't watch it. So I don't know why, but people just don't really want to hear about the science behind it. They just want to know, hey, what is an OMAD secret or an OMAD tip? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think over there. So just hit your goal and take one more. Back to the Caroline thing too. I think you'll be fine going back to Warrior once you're down to maintenance. And I think you'll be fine not worrying about your weight. You know, a lot of people have that too. They want to lose like a certain amount of weight and they don't mind if they gain a little bit back, like 10 pounds or so. I think that's fine to have like an eventual goal, but you do kind of want to make sure, you know, when you're in maintenance, you're not gaining 20 back. That can get a slippery slope, and then 30 and then 40 and so forth and so on. Melissa, I like the idea of doing 60 and 8 and OMAD both. I think it works fine. You had lower back problems this evening and you broke your fast 28 hours, 45 minutes. And at the end, you are 228.4. Man, we are 228.4 pounds away, Outlaw, from Wonderland. So I don't remember what your goal is to make it to Wonderland, but I can't wait to celebrate with you, man. I'm sorry you were having some lower back issues. I hope it's getting better. It's always better to break your fast and be safe than sorry, though, my friend. So don't feel bad about it. Just keep going. Yeah, no, Zeb's a funny dude, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, you're very tall, man. No doubt about that. You know, you're taller than me. You're an inch taller than me. So, Zeb, we should do a weight loss warrior calendar. Zeb, what do you think? That's what we should do. We should do a weight loss warrior calendar. And we should actually, it would be awesome to do a weight loss warrior before and after calendar. You know what I'm saying? Like have 12 different weight loss warriors a year. Send me their pictures and put together a calendar everybody can put up in their house. Now that is dope. That's the best idea ever, man. Give me your before and after weight loss warrior calendar. Real people, the real struggle, you know? You're 5'11", 212, used to weigh 238 before OMAD. What should you be? All right, well, let's check it out, man. It's going to be our TDEE day, right? So let's check it out. What's your age? I'm just going to put down 35 for age. I don't know. Sounds like a good number. I don't think age is as important, FYI, as things like male, female, and you know, that kind of stuff. Also, your exercise matters too. But you know, oh, and by the way, when I said you should be eating 12 to 1300, I did not put any exercise in there. So if you're exercising heavily, Lauren, you can eat a little bit more than that. But also notice that 5'11" female can have almost 2,000 calories, but a 5'2" female can't. And so that's something you got to think about. But it says that you are. Let me check out the BMI. Right now, your BMI is 20, almost 30, and you want it at a normal range is 18 to 25. So you're about 5% heavier than you want to be right now. And it says you need to go to about 2,500 if you want to be in a deficit. I would suggest at least 2,000 to be your deficit starting point there. So that's where I would put it at. I'd put it at 2,000 calories right now, and understand you've got 5% of your body to lose to be able to make your BMI in a normal range. So ultimately, if you could lose probably if you get to 195, you're going to be golden. So that's probably where I would make my goal. Is you're at 212 now, make 195 your goal. I think that 195, you'll feel great. Your TDEE will be good to go. You'll be golden. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, you're definitely gonna buy it. Well, hey, man, that calendar will be dope. All right. Yeah, the electrolyte video was helpful. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that, you know, some people don't check it out. Some people don't do it. But oh, well, thank you so much for subbing. I appreciate you. Hey, everybody, please, please, please give her some love for subbing. I mean, I can't say enough. I need all the subscribers I can possibly get. Did I just get super chatted again from the lovely and talented? I'm way behind. Oh my God, Caroline, you are the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I haven't caught up with the chat, but you know, thank you so much, Caroline. I can't say enough, man. You know, I love you. Caroline, check her channel out, people. Go over there. She's amazing. She's doing some amazing stuff. And in a lot of ways, it may sound corny, but Caroline's like my sister. You know, I was going to call her my younger sister, but she is older than me. Sorry, Caroline. You know, I love you, but, you know, it's just one of those weird, you know, things where I feel like I've been a part of her journey since the very first day. Well, I kind of have been, and I've kind of been mentoring her and guiding her in a way, but In a way, she's doing it on her own too, and in her own way, and just nothing but love for her. Thank you, Caroline. You're the best. You just added OMAD to all your videos in the nutrition channel for clickbait. Even when I'm not talking about OMAD, right? I just need to put OMAD in the title, right? That's good stuff. You get more views with OMAD than you do with electrolytes. I'm learning. Yeah, no, I get more views with OMAD, but I think I'm starting to develop, just so you understand, Zeb, like people are starting to look at me as an OMAD person. And soon I think that I'm probably going to be the OMAD expert that people turn to. And maybe not today, but down the line, a year or two, people are going to be like, oh, OMAD, you have to go to CW. You have to talk to CW. That doesn't mean that OMAD is going to stick for you. Electrolytes are like the science may stick for you. It's really weird. What I suggest, if you guys have your own YouTube channel, is when you're putting out content, look really closely to when you're getting more views and then make more of that content. And, you know, that's the best advice I have for you. For some reason, the science side of things hasn't been going well for me. That doesn't mean also that I'll produce a science one tomorrow and it'll pick up and everybody will love it. You know, you can't really judge on that. I'm still way behind trying to get caught up. Yeah. All right. Where was I at? You appreciate your videos. You don't want to stop. Okay. Okay. What are my thoughts about water fasting? Do I have any advice? Water fasting is great. Just keep your electrolytes up. You know, I think you lose a lot of your autophagy and major benefits after 72 hours. So if you could do 72 and then feed for a while on OMAD and go back do 72, I think you'll get the best overall results, both for autophagy and for weight loss. But if you go longer than that, just make sure you keep your electrolytes going and realize that autophagy is going to stop. Your body will start adjusting to the fact that you've carried it on longer. Okay, you're grinding out 5 days on the Warrior OMAD, man. That's awesome. Keep grinding it out. 200 pounds at 6'2". What's your opinion in the right height and weight? John, I can look it up, but I think you're there, man. I think right now, let's take a quick look at 6'2". That's tall, man. And you said you're 200 even. I mean, I'm guessing, John, you are golden. 6'2", 200 even. And I have on here with moderate exercise, meaning you exercise 3 times a week. And so right now, your ideal weight is 189. That would be like the optimal spot for you to be at. But you are literally, check this out, you're considered overweight by 0.5. So not even 1%. So if you lost another 5 pounds, you would be in your normal range. Your optimal weight, I don't think is that necessary, but you would be in your normal range with just losing a teeny bit more weight, which is pretty cool, man. That's good stuff, man. Congratulations on getting yourself there, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you want to be Mr. February? You know, that's my kid's birthday. Yeah, be Mr. February. See, you'd buy the calendar. See, we're good to go. We're getting the OMAD calendar, dude. It's got to happen. There's just no doubt about it. We got to have the before and after OMAD calendar. Oh, thank you, Sunkissed Keto Mojo. I appreciate you, ladies. Thank you so much for talking about my haircut. See my bald spot, though? I'm going bald, man. I've been going bald for like 10 years, but it's sad. But guys, it's another person you can check out, Keto, Sunkissed Keto Mojos. They're amazing, 2 ladies. I also interviewed them on this channel. I think together, the 3 of us lost some absurd amount of weight. I had 400 pounds together, the 3 of us. It's ridiculous. So they're lovely ladies. They do kind of all kinds of fasting and all kinds of keto and carnivore attempts, and they've tried it all. So it's a good channel. You're currently doing a water fast with electrolytes for 7 days. All right, that's good stuff. Traveling with the family, that's good stuff. Again, Caroline, as it's leaving my screen, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. All you guys that super chat are just awesome. No doubt about it. Caroline is kicking butt. Yeah, you're the older sister. I don't want to put it out there like that, but you are older than me. So my bad. I know the ladies don't like to hear that. So my older sister, Caroline, nothing but love for Caroline and her family. And what's really crazy is Caroline's kids too are really into video games, and they have a store that's retro games, and I'm super into video games too. So I get along. I can just tell you now, I've never met Caroline face to face, but I feel like I could just show up at her house and I'd fit right in. I'd have her grandchild in one hand and a control pad in the other one, and we'd be good to go. You know, I think I've never even met her husband, but he seems great too when she's had him on the channel. That'd be a lot of fun. Anyways, you wouldn't have made it this far without low carb Sandra in the first 30 days. That's good stuff. Yeah, she is amazing, DB, but so are you, DB. You're amazing too. You know, the whole fasting community loves you, DB. Thank you. Thank you for supporting everybody. We appreciate you. You really want to see Zeb? That's your birthday month. Yeah, Zeb. Dude, we're getting it done, man. Give us 1 year, let Zeb get his weight down, and we're getting the OMAD calendar. There's nothing else we can do about that. You watch your videos, Outlaw. Yeah, man, Outlaw is the best, no doubt about it. He's a trip. Always has me in stitches. Thank you. You're still gonna do OMAD, my man. You know, hey, listen, John, I'm gonna do OMAD the rest of my life, dude. Just because you're at your ideal weight or close to it doesn't mean you should stop doing OMAD. OMAD is the thing to do. Keep at it, no doubt about it. Zeb, bald is beautiful. You're shaving your head. You should shave your head once upon a time. Look, my hair is actually long right now. I used to shave it too, and I did it for the longest time. I didn't even notice this until I grew it out, that I was balding a little bit because I just shaved and shaved and shaved. I like having a bald head. I don't like dealing with hair. It just bothers me, but I grew it out and, you know, I don't know. And then like the same thing with the goatee, like I like the beard, you know, so I kind of want to go back to the beard, but you know, I don't know, man. Life's too complicated, to be C-Dub, man. Too many looks. I got to change my look up once in a while though. I don't know why, but I do. And I don't really never cared about my appearance. Still don't, but I still got to change it up. I don't know. What are your thoughts on dry fasting? Do you have any advice? Dominique, to stay hydrated after your dry fast. I mean, dry fast is 3 times faster than regular fasts. A lot of people will say never ever do them. I'm not that person. I did them on Thursdays. I don't think you should do it every single day because you can get yourself into a dehydrated state. But doing a dry fast every once in a while is okay. I don't think there's ever a reason to go more than 23 hours on a dry fast. You're probably doing 12 hours on a dry fast. You've done enough. Dry fasting is super powerful, but it is the most dangerous type of fasting. Just keep that in mind as you go through your experience there. So that's my thoughts on that. Thank you. You're still going to do OMAD. Yeah, I read that one. I can't remember where I'm at here, but I got a couple questions I got to answer the previous too. But one day we're going to have C-Dub on Ted's. Man, I hope so. I would love to get up there and talk. No doubt about it, man. I'm going to keep trying to grow it until I get there. There's no doubt about it. I would love to be able to get that down. John, you watched the Healthy Alternative interview, man. That is awesome. I don't know if if that's how you found me or not, but I know a lot of people did find me through that. Healthy Alternative, if you guys have never seen his channel, his name is Chris. He does an amazing job. He's more of a prolonged faster than he doesn't do much OMAD, but he does do prolonged fasting of 72 and more hours. And he's had just tons of people. He's also got a Facebook group that's pretty dope. You guys can go check out Chris. But I'll say that my interview with Chris is amazing. I thought so, at least. If you haven't checked out that interview, you should head to his channel and do it. And also, John, I don't know, have you ever seen my interview with Danny and Calisthenics? That interview was pretty dope too. And I also have one with 6 Miles from Supper. So I have about 3, I think, amazing interviews out there. And I'd like to do more. I'd like to get on more people's channel, and have my story out there. But those are 3 that I'm really proud of. I think I got a lot of information out of it. And Chris wants to come on my channel. I know I keep saying that, but we just can't seem to link up, man. It's just one of those things where, I'm busy when he's not, and he's busy when I'm not, but Chris would be awesome. So you just went and subscribed to the OMAD Outlaw and Caroline. Thank you, man. They're both awesome. They're both good peoples, man. You guys search for Dr. It's interesting to say body can also, someone's diet can affect it. Check it out. Okay, I'll look at it. I'll definitely give it a shot. No doubt about it. What's a dry fast? Okay, so Christina, what a dry fast is no water at all while fasting. So if you, let's say you go to bed, you eat your OMAD meal at 6 o'clock at night, you would not drink water again until sometime the next day. You don't have to go the whole day. You could just go to noon, and that would be a dry fast. But if you pushed it all the way back to your meal again, that would be a 23-hour dry fast. It increases the autophagy. It does a lot of that stuff, but it also is dangerous if you do it too long or you don't do it, you don't rehydrate enough. There's some complications. It's the hardest form of fasting there is. I'm going to tell you now, I don't think anything is harder than a dry fast. I think prolonged fasting is easier than a dry fast. Dry fasts suck. I'm just being honest with you. At least for me, I can go forever without food, but take away water and I'm going to be cranky. That's just my 2 cents though. But it was a great interview. Thank you, Caroline. I appreciate it. Oh, you watched the healthy alternative one this morning. I hope you liked it, Sherry. I do. I hope you thought it was a good video. I definitely enjoyed recording it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You found me on the sleep apnea video. That's awesome, man. Because the sleep apnea video is another one that didn't do so well. When I suffered from sleep apnea, I thought sleep apnea would kill it, but not so much. But I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. You found OMAD Caroline and Dominique from CWA. Hey, listen, that's awesome. And that's what the fasting community is all about, is helping each other and hopefully finding new people to watch and to get to know and do all those kind of things. It definitely is something that, I'm proud that you found those guys, and I love both of them. So, support both of them 100%. So that's how I found you guys through the interview. Is amazing. Been following you since, got the channel. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, and that's one of the things that I hope that at some point in the future, I can maybe sit down and do an interview with some of the bigger people in the fitness industry. I would love to be able to do an interview. I saw one of the main fitness channels the other day. He did a piece on OMAD. I couldn't even believe it. And I commented to him, and I said, man, you could have called me up. I would love to sit down and talk to you about it because I had success with this. And he didn't bash it too bad either. He said it wasn't for him, but this is the reasons why you should maybe think about it. And it was a good little interview. And then I mentioned it the last live, I think, but Autumn, I think her name's Autumn Bates. She's a clinical nutritionist. She mentioned me on her channel randomly, which was awesome. I don't know if it got me a lot of subs because her people aren't really, they're sort of intermittent fasters. They're more interested in nutrition, and she's trying to push intermittent fasting on them. But she said, have you ever heard of OMAD? And she went into reasons why you should or shouldn't. And but she mentioned me. She said, if you want more information, check out Taking Down Fat with CW. I was like, wow, and she has, I don't know, a bunch of subscribers, a lot more and more traction, especially when you guys do things like hit that like button. And, the more that goes on, the more subscribers I get, the bigger it gets, and the more people are going to want me to reach out to me and get them on their channel. And it's going to roll eventually. And you guys, I'm going to take you right with me, and we're going to make this thing happen for sure. Let's see, CW, have you seen Dr. Berg? You should do many videos and people would love it. I don't really understand a Dr. Berg's app. You should do a 6 for your own. Many videos, people would love it. I don't really understand what that means, John. I really don't. I'm trying to follow that, but I don't. Oh, did I just catch another super chat? Who super chatted? John, you are the man, dude. I appreciate you. Another one of my loyal peoples right there, guys. And another guy, you guys checked out OMAD Caroline. You checked out Miss Smith. Check out John and check out Zeb. Both of them have channels and they're going through their journey. I think John just started his 10 videos in or so. So thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you, man. He's killing it and doing well. Appreciate the love. But Dr. Berg does a lot of things good, but one thing you got to remember about Dr. Berg too, like he's always posting on Instagram, and he's got his Instagram videos going from Facebook to Instagram TV and back and forth, and he's promoting, and he's out there all the time, and he's able to do things, but he's a team of people. Dr. Berg doesn't just do this all on his own. Right now, I do it all on my own, but as this channel gets bigger and the more support I get, I can start to actually bring other people in. I can bring in editors. I can bring in somebody to run my Instagram, which would be amazing because I suck at Instagram. and I can't get a follower to save my life. So but if I could put more time in, I put a lot of time into YouTube. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I comment back to every single person's comment. That takes time. It takes time for me to read and care what each one of you say, but I do. And I try to do it in this chat too, if you guys didn't notice, because you are the driving force behind this. So in the process of doing that, I feel like you need to have more people on your team to be able to have something as big as Dr. Berg. But he definitely does. He has 10 people working for him, which is amazing. I hope to one day get there. But it was excellent, as all your videos. You love learning from you. Thank you so much, Harry. I appreciate you. No doubt about it. You are a apparently high. Okay, let's catch back up here. Time. Someone needs to be blocked. What happened? I missed something. Hey, C-Dub, your faithful lurker. I'm not sure what a lurker is either. You love Autumn's channel. You've been binge watching her. Yeah, Melissa. So, and Autumn, if you watch her video on, if you watch Autumn's video on OMAD, she'll mention me, which was super cool. And again, a lot of times when somebody mentions you, they tell you, it's coming. And I just was watching her video. It was an OMAD video. So and I've watched other of her videos, but I was watching it because it was an OMAD one, was the number one. And, oh, peace, John, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. But, and thank you for the super chat. You were the man. But I was like, hey, listen, just going to watch it because she was like, should you or shouldn't you do OMAD? And she was like, hey, taking down fat from C-Dub. And I was blown away about her kindness for that. And again, I don't think it drove a lot of subscribers like, it would have if I would have been on her channel. If she would have said, hey, I'd love to do a collab with you and you give me the, benefits of OMAD, that would have shot my channel up. But just for her to even take a second to mention me was awesome. But that's her mentioning me without me knowing and asking. And so more people will do that in time, I believe, I hope. And so you never know, Look, I will give you one more example. Rachel Sharp has blown up. Rachel Sharp only had 3,000 subscribers in like the 5 years she's been doing YouTube. And Fledge Fitness put her on the channel, didn't tell her, just put her on the channel and said, you need to check her story out. And her subscriber count is like 20,000 now. So that's just one time Fledge Fitness decided to call this person out. If Fledge Fitness tomorrow decides that, hey, he wants to have C-Dub on or he wants to mention me, my channel will blow up too. And I'd like to believe the universe has that in store for me. I think people that if they click on my channel, I think if Fledge would take a minute to watch, I think he would like me. He'd like my story. And eventually it would get back to him and it would be great. So it'll happen at some point. Okay. Your mistake. You meant Dr. Berg has an app on the App Store with all of his videos. You should make your own app. That would be great. Yeah, that actually sounds like a really good idea. He has a team of people though, and the money to be able to do that, to make it an app costs a little bit of cash. So, those things, the bigger the channel gets, the more I will put back into the channel, no doubt about it. I would love to hire an editor. I would love to hire an Instagram team. If I could have somebody develop an app like that for me, that would be great. The bigger the channel, the more love I can spread, and the more I can do, the more people I can reach. Ultimately, that's the goal. The goal is to reach people. So I love the YouTube love. Hey, me too, man. The YouTube people are amazing, and I'm going to tell you what's neat is a lot of people on YouTube, you think that they think they're too big for their britches or whatever, and that they don't have time for people and whatever, but they do, a lot of times they're overwhelmed and they have too much going on. But when they catch you and they like you and they'll support you. People on YouTube are amazing, no doubt about it. So OMAD, OMAD Caroline is amazing. A lurker is a person who follows your channel or website or whatever and watches your stuff and doesn't comment. Oh, okay. Well, now I know what a lurker is. So whoever was lurking me, I appreciate you. I had no idea. I got to go back up. Who was lurking me? I've totally lost who was lurking me. That stinks. Well, hey, whoever the lurker is, I appreciate you for lurking. Hey, listen, not everybody has to comment. Do keep in mind, though, if you do comment, what ends up happening is, oh, I skipped you, Dominique. I'll go back up and try to check you out. But what happens sometimes when you lurk, I mean, you're supporting the channel, you're helping. But if you would just drop a smiley face emoji in the comments, it would push the video out to more people. The more likes you have and the more comments you have, the better your video, the more YouTube's like, okay, let's send that video out. More people will like it. So that's something for you to look at. So Dominique, okay, should I continue to try to dry fast? It's been much easier for me to stick to OMAD this way. Yes, Dominique, if you are having a better time doing it, do it. Just please hydrate. I don't know how long you're dry fasting for. You could comment that. That would be good. But if you're doing like 12 hours a day and drinking the other time, go for it. If you feel better at it, do it. You know, I don't think there's a big issue. Just please make sure you're drinking enough in your drinking window. And don't do 23 hours of dry fasting day after day after day after day, because you cannot possibly drink in an hour enough to sustain the dry fasting for long periods of time. You can do it for a week, but at some point you're going to run into some serious problems. So dry fast, but not every single day. So, but yes, I don't think it's a problem. Whatever makes it easier for you. You got to run. Bye, Caroline. Thank you for stopping in. I got back to you. I appreciate you, Miss Smith. Sorry about that. You just subbed to Caroline too. Oh, my Caroline is amazing. 22 to 3 hours. Yeah, but don't do it every single day. You know, take a couple of days when you're hydrating, because you don't want to be dehydrated. That's a bad thing. Although one other thing to consider is fat cells do carry water. So you are getting some water naturally by burning fat, but day in and day out for months is going to make you probably sick. So just be wary of that. You did say hi, and then you became a creeper in the corner. All right, Michelle. Hey, that's good, man. You can creep. Once you say hi, you're good. You're golden. You know what I'm saying? You are golden. So I don't think there's any problem with that. Do I count calories? No, I do not. I don't think there's a problem with counting calories, but I don't think it's a big deal. CW, you're the first person you've watched on YouTube when embarking on this journey. You're incredible. Hey, thank you, man. You're incredible too. I appreciate the fact that I was the first. I want to mention to you guys that that's the point. You know, I wanted to do this so that I could help other people. And, you know, I wanted to do it to help other people. And so I super excited that, you know, I was able to do that for you. Sorry, my wife sent me a text message. I missed something in the chat. She was trying to alert me. But sorry. But anyways, you know, hard to keep up sometimes with that stuff. But I appreciate it, John. I'm here to help you 100%. And that's the only thing that I'm here to do is to help you guys. Sorry, I pulled the phone up because I wanted to make sure I got to my questions today. So I did have a couple of them before well, thank you. I'm glad I'm helping you guys. I appreciate it. When you lose 100, wow, that would be amazing. You know, I got your back. Even if you lose 99 and I never get a dime, I got your back. I'm working with you. I know you can do it. Let me know what you need, and I will help you in any way that I can. So Ms. Lafayette wanted to know on my ideal weight loss journey, or have I ever fallen off at any stage and messed up since I started this weight loss journey? So I kind of think this is an interesting question because I'm going to answer it in two parts. One, this journey since I started, I've never really gained much of anything. I might have had a week where I was a half a pound off or something like that, but I've never had like, oh crap, here's 5 pounds heavy. I've stuck to OMAD day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. I have not slipped. I have not fallen off. I have been 100% loyal. Coming up this this March will be 2 full years of nothing but OMAD. And I feel amazing about it. But I've lost weight when I was like probably 12. I lost 50 or 60 pounds and gained it back. When I was 17, 16 and a half, I lost 100 pounds and gained it back. And when my son was 1 year old, I lost 80-ish, 70, 80-ish pounds and gained it back. So I have had hiccups along the way in my life. But each one of those times, the reason that I failed and became the 98% that failed is because I went back to doing what I had always done. I lost the weight. I was proud. I got whatever I needed from that moment. And then I went back to doing things the way that I've always done. I think that when I was that 18, 19, had I not hurt my knee, there's a chance that I would have kept that weight off, but I didn't. So I got it down now, though. So to answer your question, if you are falling off now, don't beat yourself up because it only takes getting it right once to make it work. So you're not a failure until you quit. That isn't an excuse to jump off of OMAD or eat whatever you want or do whatever you want to do. On the other side of that, if you do mess up, just get back going and you're going to be okay. It's going to click. All right. So I have one from Inferno, and he said, how long before I saw my belly fat results in OMAD? And so this is another interesting question. I thought I would answer this in two different ways too. One, I struggled noticing it for the longest time. I noticed it in my clothes more than the mirror. I see myself as fat, through most of my journey, but I would put on my shirts and say, wow, there was a time I bought a shirt that was an extra large on my honeymoon because that's the only size they had. And I couldn't fit into it. And I had a shirt that was an extra large, I believe, from wrestling camp one time, which was the biggest size they made. And I couldn't fit in either one of those shirts. And my wife's like, why don't you throw them away? I'm like, no, I put them on a shelf somewhere. I was able to put those shirts on. It was an aha moment that I had lost my belly. And now I'm down into a large shirt, maybe even a medium. But it did take, a little bit of time for me to notice. And I think that mentally it's harder than the actual physical part. But the other thing I want to say is you can't choose where you lose weight. And that's something that fitness people lie to you all the time. They say, oh, order this program and we're going to burn weight off your belly. Or order this program and we're going to burn weight off your thighs. Or we know you're going to lose weight in your arms. And none of that could be further from the truth. Your body loses fat where it wants to. And most of the time, your body loses the fat you can't see first. Your throat fat, your fatty liver, the fat around your heart. The fat we really need to lose is the weight you lose first. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you could lose a good 10, 20, 30 pounds and your belt still be the same size because you lost the inside fat. And that's huge though. Losing the inside fat is what we want. So it does take a while before you're going to notice a change in the mirror. And some people may never notice a change in the mirror just because their mental is broken, like my mental is kind of broken. All right. Now, Ms. Smith asked me a question before, and I'm not sure if I already answered it. Let me look at it real quick. You have a question about dry fasting. I think I got you that. How much water should you be drinking during your window? Okay. As much as humanly possible. And one thing to think of too, Ms. Smith, is maybe do 20 hours of water fasting and do 4 hours of drinking and start when you eat your meal and drink until like an hour before bed or so to make sure you get enough fluids in. But it does concern me slightly to think about dehydration in the long term, doing it day in and day out. So that's just something to do. You're 40 pounds down. That's amazing. I am proud of you. All right. What are my thoughts about drinking alcohol on OMAD? All right, Laura, here's the thing. If you're talking about like having a beer with your dinner or a glass of wine with your dinner, I don't have a single bad thought about it at all. Obviously, if you're going to go out with your friends and you're going to drink, this is one of the things, like my brother was kind of like, he's a heavy drinker. He likes to go out with his friends. And he was like, I can't do what you're doing because I drink. And what I was trying to tell him was like, doing OMAD, like let's say you're a weekend drinker, doing OMAD Monday through Friday and going out Saturday, or going out Friday and Saturday and then back to the schedule on Sunday because you have to work the next day. And spreading your alcohol drinking out until the start of your meal at like 6 o'clock at night. Now 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2. So from 6 to 2 is an 8-hour window. So you can do a 16 and 8 on Friday and Saturday so that you can drink. And just don't eat the food. I mean, eat, of course, eat your one meal, but don't eat through the rest of that eating window. Just stay to your drinking and make sure, obviously you've got the Uber set up and all your stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be drinking and driving. But I think that it's okay to switch into that if you like to go out and be social with your drinking. I don't drink. I used to drink. I drank enough in high school to really satisfy me, but I haven't drank since my friend got married. When my youngest son was 1, so I haven't had a sip of alcohol in 7 years. So, and that doesn't mean that I won't drink. In the right situation, a wedding or something, or I'm going to Vegas next summer and I'm going to hang out with Reg Edited. Much love for Reg Edited. If you haven't checked out Reg Edited's channel, go check her channel out when you get off of here. Reg Edited is amazing. My YouTube partner, if you will. I'm going to be meeting her in Vegas, and I'm sure my wife and her boyfriend are all going to go out, and we'll probably have a drink or two. So I don't think it's impossible to drink. I'll probably do it with just that one meal in that 1 hour time frame. But for you, if you want to increase that to a 4 hour or 8 hour window, do it. Just don't do it every night. There's no reason to. And now you can have a glass of wine with your meal or a beer every single night. That's fine too. Thank you so much for the 5 in the super chat, man. I appreciate you so much. You can't even imagine. Thank you, man. I'm going to try to continue to be consistent for you, and you guys show some love, man. The love you guys show is amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I really do. First time you took part in the chat in the UK, it's fantastic, man. Hey, listen, I'm glad you took part, man. I'm glad you hopped on. Glad each one of you hopped on. I love chatting with you guys because it gives you a chance to really get to know me and gives you a chance to ask questions on the spot where I don't have the time to research or think or put much effort into it. So you're getting my honest opinion and how it really helped me. And there's good feedback and good time. And so I appreciate all of you and everyone that super chatted tonight. You guys are unbelievable. I appreciate every single penny you guys have super chatted. Love all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the five, man. You're the man. Thank you again. And the 40 pounds you've lost is amazing. I know you'll lose the next 60. I don't have any doubt in my mind, and I will do whatever I can to help you. If you have any questions, drop them for me. I appreciate all y'all so much. Does apple cider vinegar really help you lose fat? No, it doesn't. I don't know exactly why, exactly where you heard it helps lose fat, but apple cider vinegar has a lot of benefits, maybe to hormones, which then can help you lose fat. Did that make any sense? Apple cider vinegar has a lot of good stuff, and it also has a lot of good stuff for your what was I going to say? Oh, your gut health. If you have a bad gut, apple cider vinegar can help you out a lot there too. It can help you fix some hormone issues. So it's got a lot of good benefits to it, but it's not going to accelerate fat loss. A lot of people get confused, even when they talk like, ketones and everything else about what is and isn't burning fat. The keto diet, a lot of people get confused about that too. I've heard a lot of people, yeah, it can be good for your blood sugar, absolutely. But I hear a lot of people will talk about keto, and they will say that they like keto because they get into ketosis, and that means they're burning fat, but they're not considering that they're eating fat. So you're burning the fat you eat too. So the ketones that you're, there's a little bit of hairiness in there. So, I think that you guys got to, be conscious that you can overdo whatever you're doing. The apple cider vinegar will help out. Did I exercise throughout my whole journey? No, I did not, Miss Smith. I did not do any exercise until I lost 100 pounds. So my last 25, I exercised for. First 100, I did not. My knee was killing me. I felt like I was dying. Exercising was too much stress. And I think I would have failed at OMAD if I would have pushed my body too early. I don't think you need to exercise until you're feeling better. I think there comes a point when you wake up one day and you're like, I feel good. And that day is the day to start incorporating exercise, not day one. But some people do day one and they're fine. I just think you need to get one thing down at a time. And eating in the right window is the first thing to get down. Exercising will come, at a later date. And of course, alcohol can give you a fatty liver, 100% outlaw. If you can avoid the alcohol, definitely do it. But, if you're going to drink, just don't do it every day for sure. And Sammy, let's see, you said, how are you? You feel bloated and pain, apple cider vinegar. Um, Now you realize that apple cider vinegar gave you the pain. So you stop today and you feel good. Okay. Each person's different and you can overeat your one meal. It's 100% why one thing you need to think about, what could cause the bloating. So you don't want to do too much. You don't want to eat, overdo it quite yet, but you can get there. And Sammy, please share your OMAD. I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, and I want to get enough of them, but I've been taking pictures of a lot of my dinners. So I am going to share them. I'm going to just string pictures together and talk through them, tell you what I ate, kind of my thoughts about it. The OMAD meals, I said this on my last live, but they do really well. They're one of my better viewed videos is when I do a what did I eat in a day. But I feel like it should be a 2-minute video that I have to stretch out into making it, because if you do a 2-minute video, YouTube won't show it to people. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but YouTube wants your videos to be 10 minutes. That's what they're shooting for, 10 minutes or more. So if your videos, now that doesn't mean a 7-minute video won't do well. It just means that they're not going to promote it as much as they will another video. So when I do a what you can eat in a meal, I'm showing you a meal. I talk about it. Now I feel like I got to show my family, go throw the football, go talk about something. I've thought about doing like a topic and share my meal so that I can stretch it out longer, but they do very well. The problem is I feel like I'm dragging it on. And so I've been in a place where I'm trying to figure out how to do that and make it longer, but not boring, so that people will stop watching them and then they'll start doing worse. So what I was thinking is if I strung multiple meals together, like, I don't know, 7, 10, maybe 15 meals, and then talk about them, might be better for, better for the content, better for the viewers, better for everybody in between. So, that's just my thought process there. So I'm working on it though. Light walking is amazing. Walking is my favorite exercise. Like I said, 16,865 steps today. So walking is something that I take very seriously, but I do not think you need to do it from day one. But when you start losing weight and you start feeling better, absolutely number one. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys what, I've done videos on it before. I'm going to do videos again. Walking is the best exercise on the planet, I believe. Less stress to just so many great benefits from walking. I suggest you do it. You're welcome. Sammy, thank you so much for being a weight loss warrior. Thank you for saying I rock too. I appreciate you. DB, I'm going to try. Good night, DB. I'm going to try to do a live once a week. I appreciate you guys. 32 people hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate everybody. So as long as people want to watch, as long as people want to hop on and have me go live, I'm going to do my best to be here for you guys. Because, the more people you have in your corner, the better it's going to be for you. I'm going to try to be there in your corner, no doubt. So you just make a what I eat in a day once a week with all 7 meals in your video. No, that's a good idea too. The biggest issue I have with that is I forget sometimes. I remember tonight, I took a picture tonight, but sometimes I eat and then I'm like, crap, I should have taken a picture of that. And so, that's where the 1 week, and then it would be like, oh, here's what I ate in a week, four times of it, and then you're like, well, what happened to the other 3 times? Are you lying to us? Are you fasting 3 days and not telling us? And, it gets kind of murky there. So, but I am trying my very best to be better about taking pictures so that I can share them with the intent of doing a video. But even if it's every other week and I give you 5 to 7 different things, it would be okay. I think another thing would help is if I did get the recipes going, then you guys could kind of figure out what meals you like and don't like and all that stuff. Okay, you did alternate day fasting for 17 days and you lost 8 pounds and you started doing OMAD because you feel OMAD is easier for you, but not losing weight yet. You're on 6 days in. Any help? Okay, Sammy, first of all, if you're 6 days into OMAD, I don't even think you should have been on the scale. I would go to weighing in once a week. when you weigh in daily, it really isn't accurate, but I think that OMAD is going to help you lose weight. Make sure you're not eating too much food in your one meal. Understand that your body was used to this alternate day fasting and it was losing some weight, and now you've switched. So it may take a small amount of time for you to adjust. I think alternate day fasting is tougher than OMAD. I absolutely do. But if you've been tough enough to make it through 17 days of alternate day fasting, I would make this suggestion for you. And my suggestion would be do 6 days of OMAD and 1 day of fasting a week. So eat standard all the way through. Eat your meal on Sunday night. Let's say you ended at 6 o'clock at night. Now you're not eating again until Tuesday at 6. And putting that 48-hour fast in there from Sunday to Tuesday and skipping out on Monday's one meal is going to not only give you a lot of the alternate day benefits, it's going to give you the autophagy benefits that you wanted, but it's going to kick that weight loss in the butt. And I seriously suggest anybody that's plateauing on OMAD to seriously consider 1 full day of fasting. It really helped me out. That 1 full day of fasting broke through my hardest plateau. So that's just my 2 cents about it. And if you've already done alternate day fasting, it's kind of a no-brainer. Just stay busy. Pick whatever day is the busiest day of the week for you, and don't eat on that day. That I did that with wrestling too. Wednesdays was my busiest day. Didn't even touch food the whole Wednesday. And I'm considering not eating this year during wrestling season on Wednesdays for the same reason. No point in eating late at night. Just stay busy. Don't eat. It's just the way it is. So you waited for this all day. Well, I appreciate it, man. I do. Hey, look, I'm in your corner too, Rose. I'm here to help everybody, no doubt about it. And all of us are here to help each other. If you guys haven't noticed in the chat, we're all warriors, man. We're all weight loss warriors. We are all here for each other, no doubt about it. Guess what? You just fit into a button-down shirt you haven't fit into in a decade, man. See, that is exactly what I'm talking about, man. There you go, dog. And I'm telling you, my homie over here is going to be my brother, like Caroline's my sister. BJJ losing weight, killing it, putting on shirts he hasn't put on in 10 years. Man, that's good stuff, Zeb. That is good stuff. Just keep at it, keep grinding. You will get there. I promise, my friend. I can't wait for you to put on a shirt you haven't put on in forever. I can't wait until you're putting on that large, man. I don't know how many X's you're at right now, but every one of those X's we're going to celebrate. Tell me how many X's you wear now at $3.99, and we're going to celebrate them as they go down. No doubt about it. We'll get rid of those X's. Okay, you have a habit of taking a picture of your meal. I need to get in the habit, JC. No doubt about it. I need to get in the habit. It's for some reason not registering, but I do need to get in the habit. Especially for this channel, I do think people would really enjoy it. You only weigh in about every 2 weeks. Every week, every 2 weeks, I think both of those are fine as long as you're staying consistent. When you weigh in every day, it stresses you out and you don't even get you don't get it done. Maybe you should start trying that. Yeah, Dominique, look, weighing in less often definitely helps. And if that's what you meant, and if you meant fasting for 1 day, that's another thing too. Both of those things are huge. So thank you for replying. You started your second time in OMAD because my video helped. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You were taking 500 calories on your fasting day, but stopped because you couldn't hardly do it anymore. The alternate day fasting, don't take calories on your fasting day. Not only does it not, it messes with the autophagy part of it. The other thing it does, Sammy, is whenever you start eating, it's very hard to stop eating. And one of the reasons why OMAD is good is because you eat enough to be full. And when you hit that range where you're full, it takes a good 6 to 8 hours to deplete that. And a lot of times we're asleep or we're getting ready for bed and we can go to sleep and we can move on with our life. But when you do alternate day fasting, when you're taking in that little bit of 500 calories, your body automatically starts to say, feed me. And then the whole rest of the day, you're hungry as Hades. So that's where alternate day fasting gets pretty tough. Look at that, 5 X's, you're down to 4. we're going to get you down to 1 and 0. You know what I'm saying, Zeb? That's what I'm talking about. We're going to get you down, dog. And we appreciate you, no doubt. And hey, look, much love back at you. Thank you so much for the super chat too. Yeah, no, we're going to get it done. 3X's by the end of the year, 2X's. Hey, man, dude, 3X's by the end of the year. We're going to get there. We'll celebrate, and you're going to make a video about it too, kind of like Caroline's video where she was dancing to be obese, and was all excited about being obese. And you're like, well, what is she talking about? She's celebrating obesity because she was morbidly obese and she broke into the obese range. That's good stuff. All right, guys, it has been an hour and a half on here tonight. I appreciate you guys, but I think I'm going to call it a night. You said you were wearing a large and now you're down to 3X's. It's been a long. Yeah, man, dude. Hey, we're going to keep those X's coming down too, man. I'm telling you, I put on the X and I was amazed. Now I'm not even in the X's. And the waistline, guys, from a 30, from a 40, probably 6, 48, something like that, all the way down to a 32. Isn't that crazy? 32-inch waist. Who would have ever thought? So I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. I want you to make sure you pay attention on Friday because I'm going to be covering a brand new study. It's an amazing study. I'm going to go into details. I'm going to break down the nitty-gritty on that study. I think you guys will really enjoy that. It's going to come out this Friday. I'm going to hit you on Saturday with some new content and on Monday so you guys know where to find it. Make sure if you haven't done so, turn on that ring notification. Click that like. I just saw it go up once. It'd be nice to see it go up a couple more times, and make sure you guys are, supporting each other in the comments of my videos and supporting each other in this community. I appreciate every one of you. If you're watching the replay, it's going to be coming up in a second right there in my face. Click on it and subscribe if you haven't done so. I don't know what you're waiting for. It's free. And as Julie pointed out, it's priceless information, free to do. Be a subscriber to this channel. Be a weight loss warrior. Thank each and every one of you. Holler at me in the comments if you need me. I will talk to you guys next week. Same time, same bad channel. Peace.